Ana bechoach gedulat yamincha tatir terura, terura. Oh God, please help us now with your strength and great know-how. Untie our tangles and set us free. Ana bechoach gedulat yamincha tatir terura, terura. Ana bechoach gedulat yamincha tatir terura, terura. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Shabbat services at OneShul.org. My name is Katsira, and I'm very pleased to be here with you again tonight to welcome in the Sabbath. I've got a little bit of a cold, and it's definitely hitting me right in my throat tonight. So I'm going to be a little gentle on my voice so I don't wear it out too much, which means you're going to get to hear a lot more of Holy Taya singing tonight instead of me. So we've posted a link to the chat, to the Siddur in the chat room, so you can download it. It's pretty similar to the one I've been using for a little while now. Much of the material is drawn from the Kohenet Siddur. And again, if you're new and this is one of your first times joining us for Shabbat services, or specifically with me, I am what's called a Kohenet. It is a new form of Jewish women's spiritual leadership. It's a 3-year training program of transformation, personal transformation and study. And a lot of what we do involves praying in the feminine and in feminine God language. So if this is the first time you're experiencing that tonight, I hope you will open your heart to it. But if it doesn't feel resonant and true for you, then I really invite you to pray in whatever God language is right and true for you. So, but I did want to let you know that's where a lot of our prayers are coming from tonight, is from that particular version of the Shabbat prayer books. If you are still trying to figure out how to log in, you can, all you need to do, type Shalom into that chat bar and hit send, and that will trigger the prompt to log in. And then you can either create an account or log in from there. It's a little bit kludgy until you do it the first time, and then it's like, oh, that's all I have to do. So easy. So Shabbat Shalom to you all. I definitely want to start, as I usually do, by inviting you all to introduce yourselves in the chat room. And you've been doing a little of that already, but introducing yourselves and letting us know where in the world you physically are. So I'm Katsira, and I'm coming to you from Washington, D.C. We tend to have a very diverse group geologically around the USA, and actually very often a very international group as well, which is always fun and exciting to see where everybody is coming from around the world. So as you are introducing yourselves, I've already lit my candles. They're off to the side. You can't see them right now because the sun has definitely set some time ago here. And we're going to begin tonight actually with Shalom Aleichem. So again, because my voice is feeling more than a little bit ragged tonight, I am going to turn you over to our friend Holy Taya and let her sing you in with Shalom Aleichem. And the words are in your Siddur, and then you'll hear the tune in just a moment.
Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Kabbalat Come in peace, angels. Bless us with peace, angels. And when you go, angels, go in peace. Bochen l'shalom, malachot ha'shalom, malachot Eliona, Mimalka, malachot ha'malchot, Ila'a bruchahi, Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei ha'shalom, Malachei Elion, Mimelech, Malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchen l'shalom, Malachot ha'shalom, Malachot Eliona, Mimalka, Malchot HaMalchot, Ila'a bruchahi. Shalom Aleichem, Malachot HaShabbat, Malachot Eliona, Mimalka, Malchot HaMalchot, Ila'a bruchahi. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Come in peace, angels. Bless us with peace, angels. And when you go, angels, go in peace. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei.
Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Come in peace, angels. Bless us with peace, angels. And when you go, angels, go in peace. And we breathe deeply, and we welcome in the two angels that follow us home and follow us around for the entire Sabbath. And if you like to think of it as your inner soul and your outer soul, or as angels, or as just something metaphorical, but as we transition into this time, this sacred time of wholeness and completion and rest, and let us say, Amen. And now we move from that. We're going to go right into Lecha Dodi tonight. And I thought we would start by doing a little bit of a Valentine's Day experience on our Lecha Dodi tonight and saying it just in the English first. And again, this is an English translation, and then we'll do the chant of this one. And there's the Hebrew as well, which I don't have for you right now, but it is the traditional Hebrew. And if you need it, shout out in the chat room, and Adi or I can grab it quickly online for you so you can get the Hebrew as well. So let's do each line of this and think about the fact that Lecha Dodi, this is welcoming in the Sabbath bride, that feeling of welcoming in the beloved on this night of love in so much of the Western world. And I know it's not a Jewish holiday. I know we have our own love holidays of Tu B'Av, but that's okay because, it's Valentine's Day and so much of the world. And I know it's a holiday that was invented by Hallmark, and I really don't care right now. So it's a night to embrace the idea of love and of wholeness and love. And we have a lot of prayers of love in our service in general. But for Lecha Dodi, it is welcoming the new love, welcoming the beginnings of love, but not that first date, but that love in the moment after you have made that deepest of commitments, when you have gone from being a committed couple to being a couple whose souls are now intertwined. And I didn't really get it till I got married. I actually didn't think marriage would change anything, and it didn't right away. But over time it does, because you go from being that committed couple to suddenly there's something else. There's this third thing, this entity called marriage that you have to feed. And you can live, by the way, a perfectly happy life without getting married as a committed couple. It's all good. I'm not judging life choices here. I'm just telling you my experience and my understanding of what marriage is all about. And this is the prayer of sacred marriage. And so that's the whole idea, is that we and the Holy One, however you understand the Holy One, are not just, living together and having and committed and sharing a budget and bills and a mortgage. We have said we are together for all time. And we feed this thing that is a sacred marriage that is above and beyond us and the Holy One. So if we're having a bad day and we're angry at the Holy One, we're not just going to run out the door, and the Holy One's not just going to run out the door on us. Maybe run out the door, slam the door, but come back later. So that's what it's all about. And so that's what we're doing here, is singing this prayer, saying, come you, my beloved, in that first moment, every Friday night. It's like we've recommitted to that sacred marriage. Yeah, all the marriage jokes. Keep going. So let's read this prayer together, and then we'll listen to the prayer. And you can sing along with it. So, come, O love, let us embrace and vow to honor the sacred in the here and now. Expand and contract two sides of the one, the dance of light and dark, the moon and the sun. We revel in the holy, which blesses us with all. From beginning to end, we seek to heed her call. The time has come to awaken and to shine our stars, reveal our truth, and to be who we are. Come in peace. May your devotion never cease. May we increase, O precious people, joy and freedom and release.
Kabbalat Shabbat Kabbalat Dodi Likrat Kabbalat Shabbat Kabbalat. Come, oh love, let us embrace and vow to honor the sacred in the here and the now. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kabbalat Shabbat Kabbalat. Come, oh love, let us embrace and vow to honor the sacred in the here and the now. Shamor v'zachor b'ribur echad hishrianu el hameyuchad shechina achad u'shema achad l'shem u'tiferet ve'lilah. Expand and contract, just two sides of the one, the dance of light and dark, the moon and the sun. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki imekol has come to awaken and to shine. Our stars reveal our truth and to be who we are. Bowie Veshalom Ateres Balagam Besimcha Utzalato Emuneam Segula Bowie Chala Bowie Chalakam. In peace may your devotion never cease, may we increase. Precious people, joy and freedom and release. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Mekabelakam. Oh, love, let us embrace and vow to honor the sacred in the here and the now. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Mekabelakam.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Mikabela. If you haven't yet, I hope you have breathed out the week, breathed in the Sabbath, shaken off all that's going wrong in your life, and just let yourself be here in this space, in this time, in our temporal temple together. And let us say, Amen. And we transition into the evening prayers, into our Ma'ariva service. And to do that first, we must do our call to prayer. It's funny, you can do this in front of, and like go into just the middle of some crowded place, and if you start to say the Baruch Hu out loud, it's like this amazing tribe check moment, I think, because it's one of those things that you're just so trained. If you went through bar bat mitzvah, b'nai mitzvah training, or anything else, it comes out of your mouth. And for those who don't know that melody, especially if you're newer joining us, and welcome if you are, and welcome if you aren't, that is Holy Taya. So that's Taya Sher off of one of her albums. She's a good friend of OneShul and punktorah, and she's kind enough to let us use all of her music in our services. Just so grateful that she has given us permission to do that, so we can feel really good about using her music during these services. So we do our Baruch Hu, our communal call to prayer, and we'll do it in the feminine language if that works for you, and if you would prefer to do the response in the traditional, you are welcome to do that as well. Yep, my voice is getting a little raspy tonight. So, Baruch Hu et habrecha hamavorachet, Brucha habrecha hamorechet leolam va'ed, Brucha habrecha hamorechet leolam va'ed, Give blessing to the pool of blessing, blessing to the pool of blessing in all the worlds throughout eternity. Blessing to the pool of blessings in all the worlds throughout all eternity. And with that, we move into Ma'ariv Aravim. This is the prayer of the changing of times, the prayer of the twilight, of the dusk time, of the tween times, of the liminal space. I know for me right now it is dark outside, but I looked outside my window right at that perfect Ma'ariva moment, and the sky was this amazing blue. It's so cold and snowy here right now, as it is so much of the East Coast. And the sky, it's an amazing blue. It's just incredible, that perfect twilight blue. And the streetlights were just coming on, and I could just about make out the stars in the sky. And I was sitting there thinking, oh, I better light my candles. And I really wanted to do it right in that twilight moment tonight, to catch it in that perfect moment. And that's what this prayer is all about those changing of the times. So let's see if I can actually sing this one. If my voice starts to give out, I will switch over to Taya singing this for us. Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim. You open up the gates of time, Ma'ariva Aravim. You flow each moment so sublime, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim. You cycle forth the seasons, Ma'ariva Aravim. You who give life reason, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim, Ma'ariva Aravim. You who roll the dark and spill the light, Ma'ariva Aravim. You who shine the day and soft the night, Ma'ariva Aravim, 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 Ma'ariva Aravim. And just breathe in, breathe out. Let that change of the times flow within and without you. Breathe in the Sabbath, breathe out the week. And we say, Amen. And from that place, we move, to Ahavat Olam. And this is the prayer of world love. That is what it means, world love, Ahavat Olam. This is the prayer of, now we've moved from that prayer of that first moment of commitment, of transformation after commitment, to now we move to that prayer of just such a great love, that time-tested love that has made it through the years. I don't know that I have ever really believed in the idea of unconditional love, because all love can be tested with the right conditions. But this is a love, this Ahavat Olam. This is the love that has been tested through time and has remained. And it might be a little frayed and it might be a little patched up here and there, but it's still there and it's still wrapping around you and it's still keeping you warm at night. A world love you have woven for your people Yisrael through the sacred threads of Torah and mitzvot. When we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your patterns, and we will play with the warp and the weft of your Torah and mitzvot forever. For they clothe our lives and our days, and we will wrap ourselves in them as days and nights go by. Do not take away your love from us. Blessed are you, Yah Shekhinah Oreget, whose love is woven into your people, Yisrael. And let us say, Amen. So we're going to move. I realized for some reason Misha Berach is missing from the service tonight. I'm not sure where it went. And I may have taken it out a while ago because I don't know. I have no idea why I would have taken it out. So we will do Misha Berach tonight. I'm going to put it in before the Amidah. So but let's move into the Shema. And I'm going to return you up to Holy Teah again. I've tried to do this one a few times lately, and for some reason I always get caught up in some other version of the Shema. So I really want to do this one for you, so I'm going to let her do it for you. So we'll begin with an invocation, which is Lashem Yechud Kol Pnei Elohut, for the sake of the unification of all faces of the Holy One. And we'll move now into the Shema.
Who wrestle with God, the infinite. She is one. Shema Yisrael, Shema Adonai Eloheinu, Shema Adonai Echad, Shema Adonai Echad, Shema. Listen, O you, Shema, who wrestle with God, Shema, the infinite, Shema. She is one, Shema, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Shekhinah Eloteinu And I invite you to share in the chat room the name of Holy One that is resonant and true for you tonight. Whether it is Adonai, Shekhinah, Havaya, Holy One, Ehyeh Asher Ayeh, El Shaddai. There are so many names of Holy One that we can choose from. And it's always amazing to chant the Shema in a room full of people who are all using the name of the Holy One that is true for them in that moment. It always works best with 3-syllable names to stay in the original rhythms. But it's such an incredible sense of that unification of all the faces of Holy One when you're hearing all of these people chanting different names and knowing that it's like a diamond and they're all just different facets of this diamond. It brings incredible sense of the hugeness and personalness that is the Holy One as we all understand it individually. Adonai Tzvaot, Lord of Hosts, Holy One of Hosts. And if it's never occurred to you to chant anything other than Adonai, and you have no desire to say anything other than Adonai, that is totally okay too. So we move from the part 1 of the Shema into part 2 of the Shema, the Ve'ahavta. Again, a prayer of love, and you shall love. It is a command. The first words, Ve'ahavta, and you shall love. I do this with you all generally in English because we chant it so often in the Hebrew, and Hebrew is not the mother tongue for most of us. And so very often we don't really know what we're saying. I know one of the moments in my life that was really transformative when this prayer in particular, the Hebrew words had true meaning for me, and I was able to feel what the meaning of the prayer was as I was praying it in Hebrew, and that was really amazing. But I think if you're not there, then you should pray it in English early and often so you can get those words to become part of who you are. And one of the ways that I was able to transform the Hebrew for myself was to actually, I do actions with a lot of prayers. I do a lot of embodied prayer practice, as many of you know. And so I want to invite you to join me in that as we are going through the Ve'ahavta. And anywhere there is a word that's something you can mark on your body with your hands, I invite you to do that. So when we say your heart, touch your heart. When it says to tie as a sign upon your hands, go ahead and wring your hands. And then ornaments between your eyes. And let the doorposts of your house be your arms and your gates be your legs. Just to give yourself ways to really bring this into your body. And if you start chanting in Hebrew, if you can just pick those words out, it starts to really transform the prayer for you. So let's do this in English. And you shall love becoming your God with all your heart and all your spirit and all your gifts. With these words which I command you on this day, you shall sharpen upon your heart. You shall teach them to your children and speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk on the path, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Tie them as a sign upon your hands, and let them be ornaments between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. And the Holy One said to Miriam, speak to the children of Israel and say to them that they should make fringes on the wings of their garments throughout their generations. They should put on the fringe of the wing the thread of blue. They will be fringes for you, and you will look at them and remember the desires of the eternal, your God, and you will not turn aside after your hearts or your eyes that you seek to feed. Thus you shall remember my desires and be holy to the infinite. I, Shekhinah, am the infinite who led you out of Egypt to be infinite to you. I, the infinite, am your God. Oh, and if somebody wanted to do a video of themselves signing this, I would love to use that during the service. Oh, I so would welcome and invite that if you would love to do that. That must be so incredibly beautiful. So please, if somebody would like to sign any of these prayers, I would love to use them during services. We will credit you and say that you are the sign interpreter for it. But how amazing would that be to be able to have a sign interpreted service, or at least part of it be sign interpreted? That would be amazing. So please, if you are so moved, I would love it. And we at OneShul would love to have somebody do one or any of these prayers sign interpreted for us. Oh, that would be incredible. Just email it to me. So let's do Micha Mocha, and then we will move into the Misha Berach, the prayer of healing. So on this Shabbat evening, we don't traditionally ask the Holy One to do things for us. So let's approach our Misha Berach tonight as opening ourselves up to the healing of the Sabbath, to the healing of Shabbat for ourselves and all of those we know who are suffering tonight. So if you know anyone who is in need of healing, then I invite you to add their name into the chat room. I really want to say the name in particular of Tamara, who is a OneShul community member who is definitely struggling tonight. Tamara, if you watch this later, we're thinking of you, we love you, and we wish you complete and total healing for you and your family very, very soon. And I'll email you soon too. So I don't have the text for you in the Siddur tonight, but I'm going to pull up an image, which I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the words, but I will. And then I'll read them for you. Eloheinu, God on high, let your children know healing. Nurture them body and spirit, and enfold them in the wings of your Shekhinah. Receive our prayers, and know that we are ready for your glory to manifest, and ministering angels to bring, not miracles, but your divine command. O Adon Olam, ruler of the world, let all those that we have named aloud or in our hearts know perfect healing swiftly and soon, and let us say, Amen. And I see Addie, our amazing Shamash, is off to find us the text of Misha Berach. But really, it's a prayer just to say in your heart for anyone you know that is in need of healing tonight. So let us move into the Amidah, depending on which syllable you put the emphasis on, whether you're Ashkenazic or Sephardic or just very confused, like me. Because you studied Ashkenazic Hebrew as a child and modern Israeli Hebrew as an adult, and so now you just don't know where to go. All right, so it is traditional to rise and stand. It is the standing prayer, ha-tefillah, the prayer. So if you are able, I invite you to stand now. If you are not able to stand, or it is just not your practice, then I invite you to sit as strong and up and true as you can. Really lift that core and hold yourself upright so you can embrace this prayer fully. Blessed are you, Shekhinah, our deity and deity of our mothers and fathers, divine one of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Vabilha, and Leah, Vizilpah, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, great goddess, strong, revered, exalted, pouring out of your abundance, your abundant kindness on the earth, nesting in everything and remembering the web of kindness we and our ancestors have woven, so that you weave our children into it as well, for the sake of your name dwelling among us in love. O holiness revered of our ancestors, delight in our rest. Make us holy through engaging with mitzvot, and may your teachings be the earth we cultivate. Satisfy us with your abundance, and make us glad through the ever-unfolding spiral of life's journey. Clarify our hearts so we may serve the world through truth, and allow us to inherit the love that is Shabbat. May all who wrestle with the divine and with the holy come to find rest on this day. Blessed is the holy that sanctifies Shabbat. Be glad, Shekhinah, in the generations of our tribe and their prayers, and return the rituals to your holy shrine, the earth. Accept the offerings of the people and their prayers in love, and may our ceremonies always rise to join with your desires. May peace, abundance, blessing, grace, compassion come to us all and all Israel and all the world. Bless us, Mother, source of being, as one in the light of your presence. For in the light of your many faces, you have given us a path of life, loving kindness, and justice and blessing and mercy and life and peace. May our eyes be your eyes, shining and blessing your people everywhere with peace. Blessed are you, Yah Shekhinah, who blesses her people Israel and all those who dwell on earth with peace. And let us say, Amen. And we move into the Aleinu, coming full circle, joining together. Let's see if I can do this one. Yehia Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Tehiyeh Havaya Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat, and we will see Shekhinah in the winds across the land. We are a circle within her circle, and we will be Shekhinah in the work of our hearts and our hands. She is a circle within our circle. Yehia Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Tehiyeh Havaya Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat, and we will see Shekhinah in the wind across the land. We are a circle within her circle, and we will be Shekhinah in the work of our hearts and our hands. She is a circle within our circle. Yehia Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad, Tehiyeh Havaya Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat, Verucha Achat. And we move from this place of wholeness, this sense of being within and without the Holy One as part of the eternal spiral of life and of time and of humanity and of holiness. We move from this into the mourner's Kaddish. So let us take a moment to prepare ourselves to think of those whom we have loved and we have lost. And as you are ready, I invite you to share their names in the chat room.
Birchata v'shirata Eila Mikol birchata v'shirata Eila Mikol birchata v'shirata.
And as we prepare ourselves and we think of the names of those we'd like to pray for, there's two teachings about Mourner's Kaddish that I'd like to share. We're going to use the non-traditional, so I want to share a link to traditional Kaddish in case you are in mourning or in need of the traditional Kaddish tonight or just prefer it. So one teaching that I learned from Reb Andrew Hahn, known as the Kirtan Rabbi, and I'm sure he learned it from many other people, but I learned it from him, is that Kaddish is actually the prayer that the one who was passed on would say if they were able to voice their prayers. So it's a prayer of actually celebration and of rejoicing in the Holy One. And so this prayer is actually your beloved dead praying back to you. And they have no voice in the world anymore except for you. So they pray through your body and your voice. Another teaching is that the Kaddish is us saying Kaddish, and the practice of Shloshim, the prayer, saying it every day for 30 days after the loss of a loved one, after their burial, is that it helps the one who has passed to actually transition. In Judaism, we don't really do the idea of purgatory so much, but there is, in some teachings, the idea that the dead go into a place where for those 30 days they process everything they have done in their lives. And by having people say Kaddish for you, it helps you as one who has passed on to pass through that experience. I don't know if it's more quickly, if it's better, if it's easier, but it is that prayer of Kaddish makes it through into that liminal space to support the one who has passed through that transition. So just a couple of ways to think about the prayer of Kaddish. And it is truly a prayer of celebration, but it's one that we have taken on as our prayer of mourning as well. And with that, we say the Mourner's Kaddish. We're on page 15 if you are actually following along in the Siddur, which is an interpretation of the Kaddish. And again, I invite you to say traditional Kaddish if you are in need. So, I send you on with love in my heart, crying tears of joy for the life you have lived, praising the source of life for connecting our lives. I send you on to the next life. I send you on the way you lived, embracing who you were, not the space that you leave, praising the source of life for allowing us to love. I send you on to the next life. I send you on without fear. I will not curse or rend my garments, praising the source of life for granting us time. I send you on to the next life. I send you on with praise, singing songs of joy for all creation, praising the source of life for making us flesh and blood. I send you on to the next life. I send you on with libations and toasts, drinking to health and drinking to memory, praising the source of life for giving us words to share. I send you on to the next life. I send you on with stones, not flowers. I will not add death to death, praising the source of life for all creation. I send you on to the next life. And may the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and may all who mourn find comfort, and let us say, Amen. And I'm never sure how I personally feel for myself about saying Kaddish for our pets. I'm a little torn on that one. But I did want to share with you all because I know that my pets have often made guest appearances in our services before I got my fantastic portable room. So I know my bunnies, many of you have commented how fun it's been for you to watch them hop through the room during our services. So, all right, I'm going to tear up a little bit, but I'm going to show you a different picture so you won't hear me, you won't see it. So I wanted to share with you all that a week ago tonight, on a Sabbath evening, one of my adorable, sweet pet rabbits passed away in my arms on Shabbat. So again, for each of you individually, however you feel about saying Kaddish for your pets, I invite and welcome you to do it. I'm processing how I feel about it. But since my adorable critters have often made appearances here at our services, I just wanted to say that Henrietta, the sweetest of rabbits, passed away a week ago tonight. So I still have two others, but that one in particular passed on last week. So, with that sweet, sweet face in your minds, we come to the close of our service tonight with the priestess, the Kohenet blessing, which is a version of the Kohen, the priestly blessing. And I thank you all very much for your thoughts and your well wishes. Yes, it was a rough night and a rough weekend as she passed. So I'm going to take a sip of water, and we will close our service with the priestly blessing, the priestess blessing in this case. Here, we'll even do it straight up proper. May she bless you, and may she keep you, and as she shines her face, may you embody grace, and as she brings release, may you give birth to peace. May she bless you, and may she keep you, and as she shines her face, may you embody grace, and as she brings release, may you give birth to peace. May our eyes be your eyes, shining and blessing your people everywhere with peace. And let us say, Amen. May you find peace, grace, comfort, kindness, compassion, rest, and wholeness this Sabbath. Thank you for being here with us at OneShul tonight. You are this community because you are here, and we appreciate your presence so much. There are so many amazing events coming up at OneShul, and we certainly hope that you will attend as many of as you can, and as many are right for you. So we have on Monday night the insights on the sages, as well as Torah talk with Chana. Next Friday night, our Shamash, Addie, is back with Around the Shabbat Table. And then we'll have another following Monday, Insights on the Sages and Torah Talk with Chana. And then Shabbat with Addie. And then I'll be back on Sunday, March 2nd for Rosh Chodesh Adar Bet, where we kick off our Purim month. And may this rest of this month of Adar Aleph bring you joy, increasing and increasing and increasing. Such a pleasure as always to be here with you. Have a wonderful week. And if these services and the classes here at OneShul mean something to you, then I hope you'll consider donating your time, your talents, or your hard-earned money to keep the lights on. Shabbat Shalom to you all. מלאכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Peace to you, angels, angels of peace. Come in peace, angels. Bless us with peace, angels. And when you go, angels, go in peace. Bochen la